He said, "We're going to America." So I was very excited, like every other kid who might be told this, who might have the opportunity to come to America. So I was showing off about it. I told all my friends, "I'm going to America," and I was very happy. I was energetic. And we came here. We came to this country, and it was beautiful. It was really a beautiful country, and I was living my life. But I never really took the time out to think about Ethiopia and to see how I could help it. I never entered my mind. And after that, I grew up. I got older. I was a senior year in high school. And I'd just been accepted to Virginia Tech. And we had just been called up for orientation at Virginia Tech. And a very famous poet by the name of Nikki Giovanni, she said something that I'll never forget. She said, "We all want to go to school. We all want to get married, have kids, get a job. And all these things are beautiful, but we're not giving back to the community." She said we needed to have a purpose in life. That's what I said. I needed a purpose in life. I needed to do something. I needed that purpose. I didn't have it yet. So a year later, I got the opportunity to go to Ethiopia for the first time in like 10 years. And let me just take a minute to say how beautiful our country really is. We have beautiful people. The landscape is beautiful. Everything is beautiful about our country. But as we all know, there's many problems. That's one thing I noticed is how much problems there was. So when I came here to America, I knew that was a purpose. That was a purpose in life that I needed to do. But I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to begin. So I went around and I was talking to some of my friends, and we all kind of had the same idea, which was basically to help Ethiopia. We all had that concept in it, and we all wanted to do something now. We didn't want to wait. We didn't want to do anything else. We knew we had to act now. But none of us knew where to begin. Because most of us, we grew up here, so we don't know the problems of Ethiopia. We didn't know where to start. So that was some problems that we were facing. So we decided to ask some of our family members and our friends for advice. So I remember I went to my uncle and I said, I have this idea. I want to help out Ethiopia. What do I do? Where do I begin? He said, the problem with Ethiopia is poverty. Without poverty, there's nothing you can do. The country can't move forward. But he said to me, give up. You're wasting your time. You're young. You're naive. And this wasn't what I was looking for. This is not the answer I was looking for. So I decided to ask one of my other family members advice, and I said, where do I begin? I have this idea. I want to help out. You want to help out. Like, what do I do? And he said, the problem with Ethiopia is education. Without education, you can't do anything. What? Give up. You're naive. You're young. You get it when you're older. I said, all right. But again, this is not what I was looking for. This is not the answer I was looking for. So I decided to ask for another opinion, maybe if I get a different answer. So I went to somebody else and I said, we have this idea. We want to help out. What do I do? They said, the problem with Ethiopia is healthcare. Once again, give up. So I was a little worried. This is kind of the most answers that I was getting. So I started asking myself, could it be? Are we really destined to fail? Is Ethiopia supposed to be a country of poverty? Are we destined to fail? Is this our destiny? And I couldn't allow that. None of us could. Our friends couldn't take that. So we were talking with each other, and we started noticing some things. We started trying to compare Ethiopia and America, and the way the two countries go about finding a solution to a problem. Finding a solution to a problem. Let's assume this is America. Now, one of the problems that America faces with is HIV and AIDS. This is not to say that Ethiopia doesn't face AIDS every single day, but again, we're talking about the solution to a problem. About 10 years ago, an HIV/AIDS victim came to speak to us in our school. And she was telling us how she was taking about 56 pills a day. 56 pills a day just to live, just to survive. You know, scientists and doctors, they knew all this was impossible. They knew HIV was on. No. She knew that, you guys remember that? Yeah. Alright. Now, doctors and scientists, they knew that there was no solution to this. They knew it was impossible. Knowing this, they opened up research facilities to finding a solution to something that there was no solution for. Knowing it was impossible. Now, through research, there's only one pill a day that's needed to live if you're HIV infected. We come over here to Ethiopia, we notice a lot of problems. But just to name a few, one of the problems that we see is hunger. And the solution to hunger is food. Now we could argue, discuss just about how to get the food from point A to point B, but at the end of the day, the solution for hunger is food. The second problem we're looking at is malaria. The perfect prevention for malaria is good sheltering. Another problem that we see is trachoma. Now, trachoma is a disease which causes blindness, affecting many, many children in Ethiopia. Prevention for trachoma? Washing your face with clean soap and water. So let's review everything we talked about. Over here in America, we looked at a problem of HIV. We said there's no solution for it. Researchers opened research facilities to find a solution for that one thing. Result, they went from 56 pills a day for the victims to only 1 pill a day. In Ethiopia, we talked about 3 things: hunger, malaria, and trachoma. Prevention, food, shelter, and water. Let's think about this. Food, shelter, and water. This is what we're telling our brothers and sisters that they can't get. This is what we're telling them is impossible. This is what we're saying we're destined to fail, as to give them food, shelter, and water. Neither I or my friends could accept that. So after many, many nights of meetings, as most of you guys remember who were in the original board of directors for C.E.O., after long, long nights of meetings, on August 8th, 2007, exactly 2 years ago from today, Children of Ethiopia organization was founded. And since then, our young mind, our naive mind, was able to send 1,500 books overseas. And now, because of our naive mind and our young mind, we're raising $8,000 working with Redefine Life Center, as you guys heard just a while ago. So what does this mean? We came here, we talked, but it has to be further than that. We have to always believe in what we're doing. And actually, I was watching a documentary not too long ago. And I wish we could show it here, but because of lack of time, we didn't get a chance. It was called the Blue-Eyed, Brown-Eyed Experiment. Blue-Eyed, Brown-Eyed Experiment. And this experiment was done a couple of years back, and it was a room full of Caucasian students. So the first day, the teacher walks in and she tells them, blue-eyed students are smarter than brown-eyed students. Blue-eyed students are better than brown-eyed students. They're going to play recess longer. They're going to line up with food first. And all these type of things. And the minute the teacher starts saying this, the brown-eyed students start getting mad. Start getting angry. So the teacher notices it, and she calls them out on it. And she says, look at the brown-eyed students. Because they have brown eye, they're disturbing my class. And later on in the day, the teacher gives an exam to both the blue-eyed students and the brown-eyed students.